Did you know that the secret to happiness may not actually be exactly what you think? So many people think that it's a goal-oriented destination. So once I move into a house, I will be happy. Or once I get this promotion, I'll be happy. Or once I find a husband and I get married, or once I have kids, I'll be happy. Once I have power or beauty, or when I lose the weight, or whatever it is, it's goal-oriented, conditional happiness. But in actuality, that usually does not actually give you happiness. That leaves you feeling a little empty. So I wanted to give 5 science-backed, somewhat surprising facts about happiness that hopefully might change the way you see your life. So number 1, connection is key. In the longest running study, adult study on happiness by Harvard, they tracked folks over 8 decades, so 80 years of their life. And what they found was that the folks that had the greatest connection in their 50s and the greatest relationship, the best relationships and friendships, most fulfilling relationships, were the happiest in their 80s. So these were connections that lasted. They were deep, meaningful, fulfilling connections. So text a friend, hug someone that you're close to. Make sure people know that you love being connected with them. Your happiness depends on it. So, secondly, a sense of purpose increases your happiness. So having a sense of purpose, again, there are some interesting studies that showed having a sense of purpose, a clear sense of purpose, whether that's through work, family, or personal passion, you actually experience greater life satisfaction, whether or not you achieve it, and you tend to live longer. So having a purpose is also key to happiness. Chasing happiness, however, so constantly being in pursuit of happiness, can backfire. So there was a fascinating study by the American Psychological Association that found that people who obsess over the sort of finding happiness, they actually tend to feel worse. And it's not actually the desire to be happy or the chase itself. What it is the expectation that it's a destination of some sort, and then they tend to judge themselves. There is no such thing. Happiness is fleeting, so you never really attain it for a long period of time. And so they've concluded that happiness is most effectively attained indirectly, not in this constant obsessive pursuit of happiness. Lastly, perspectives and our viewpoints on life can dramatically influence our happiness. Our brains are wired to see the world based on what we deem as important and what we have deemed as repetitive rules, so to speak. And so once we start to tell ourselves that the world is a bad place, we're going to notice those things more. If we think the people are rude in the world, we're going to notice the rudeness more. If we tell ourselves that life is beautiful and life is filled with joy, we start to notice those joyous moments more. So perspectives are also a key to finding happiness and attracting happiness toward us. We will be in another video going through some practical science-based tools that you can use in order to achieve or shape your perspective a little bit more through mindfulness practices and also through gratitude. So we'll do that in another video. If this resonated with you, please tell us what makes you happy. What are some of the things that make you happy? And how maybe has that shifted for you as you've gotten older, when you were younger in your teens and 20s? What did you think would bring you happiness, and how has that changed as you've gotten older? I'd love to hear that, so please share that in the comments. We'll put all the references for anyone that wants to do further reading. Always love hearing from you. Thank you.